Hey guys, so I have clearly dressed for Christmas. I am ready with my sweaters, but I have not decorated, and it's a little tragic actually. But to try to get into the festive spirit, in addition to decorating, which I will be fixing, I'm going to do that today, I also really like to make decorations because something just about being involved in the process makes it even more festive. I don't know how to describe it. I actually did this a couple years ago for Halloween. I made the poison apples from the original animated Snow White, and I love putting them in a fruit bowl every year for Halloween. So I really want to do something similar for Christmas and just really pack it in because I'm already late on my Christmas decor. So I've got some crocheting, sewing, I think origami. Really, it was just any craft that I could get my hands on that I thought was small, simple, and fairly quick because it's already December. But that being said, I have made a list and I've checked it twice. I'm so sorry. I couldn't, it was right there. Anyway, that sound is so creepy, but setting that aside, I want to share them with you. This year, for some reason, is the year of garlands. I'm obsessed with garlands this year. And as I was looking through Christmas garlands, you know the old-fashioned ones that had like nuts and dried oranges and all that? That is currently, I'm obsessed with and I need to make some. Oh, there's something about them not being super manufactured and identical that's very homey to me. So I really want to make them. I found this tutorial from Call Me Cupcake, and it's a website, but she also does have a link to a YouTube video, which is probably what I'll actually follow. But as I was looking at all these garlands, and a lot of them having oranges, obviously, I was thinking, why is this such a symbol of Christmas? Because oranges, I think of are like summer fruits. I mean, I suppose they're dried, so it doesn't really matter. But I was looking it up, and I didn't realize that the oranges are supposed to symbolize gold from a story of St. Nicholas giving gold to a father for his daughter's dowries. I just think that's really cool. I didn't know that. I don't know if I just missed the memo. Maybe everybody knows that, but I did not. And I thought that was a really cool little tidbit of information. And now every time I see them, I'm going to think about, I guess, traditions and stories persevering. I know some people are going to hate this one, but I think it's cute, and I've actually done this before. It's a folded book page Christmas tree, and it's from Grateful Prayer, Thankful Heart, and I've actually done this before. And normally I don't condone cutting up books. I mean, if it's not falling apart, sure. And I guess if you've bought it, why not? It's your property. But in my case, the book that I used was actually from a class. I don't remember what book it was, or what class even, but I had a book for a class, and I'm not even sure we read it, to be honest. But I couldn't really get rid of it afterwards. It wasn't like a textbook or something where there was demand for it. And so I ended up just repurposing it into a Christmas decoration, and it gets a lot more use as a Christmas decoration than it did as a book. And so, oh my gosh, you know what it reminds me of? Is it reduce, reuse, recycle? This is reuse, this is reuse. Just saying. Save a book from a landfill and make a Christmas tree. Just, return the book into its original form of what it once was. This is an upgrade to a decoration that I already have. It's a snowflake crochet tutorial from Maddie Marie. I guess you could use it in a couple of different ways, like you could put on a garland or ornaments. Although in my case, what I'm gonna do is hang them from the ceiling, because I got these paper snowflakes years and years ago, and they're finally starting to rip. But I had put clear command hooks on the ceiling, and then I like to hang them so that they're coming down, and I'm sure enough that this works because I'm not getting paper cuts on my face. And I live in Southern California, so we're not getting snow. And I like to imagine I'm gonna get a white Christmas. So I think that's where hanging stuff on the ceiling is really cute. I thought about putting up ornaments, but I haven't gotten there yet. But I think I'm gonna do this because it does upgrade my current paper ones that are just falling apart now. They've lived a good life, but there's only so long paper decorations can last for. I might be hosting a little Christmas dinner, and if I do, I'm still making these. So I found this tutorial from So Can She, which is just a Christmas tree pot holder. But part of what I really liked about it was, of the sewing projects that I was finding, a lot of them just relied on the pattern of the fabric being Christmassy. But this is in the shape of a Christmas tree, so I think there's a lot more freedom on the fabric I want to use. Although I'm not sure what kind of fabric to use for hot items. I should probably look into that. But I love a good practical decoration. There's just something about it that scratches an itch that when it's multi-purpose, love it. a big part of my decision on if I'm going to make a decoration or buy a decoration is how much space it's going to take up the rest of the year. And that's part of the reason I love pillowcases, because once you take the pillow out and you get a standard size pillow, I mean, the pillowcase, really small, yet adds a big punch to a room. So I found these 2 crochet ones. This one is from Make and Do Crew, and I think it's more wintry, which is part of the reason I like it. And it's simple. It's just 9 squares sewn together, and I especially like the snowflakes, but I really like this winter because I'll be honest, I keep up my Christmas decorations for months. I will probably end up putting them away in February, and that's just because I don't really decorate for Valentine's Day, and so I'm gonna just keep Christmas up basically until it's no longer winter and I cannot pretend it's winter anymore. And I like these because they are more winter versus Christmas specific, so I feel like I'll get less side-eye for it. This one is in the opposite direction. It is aggressively Christmas with Rudolph on it. It's My Hobbies Crochet. It's just a Rudolph crochet tapestry cover, and first of all, I love just how Christmassy it is, but also it reminds me of a really funny conversation that I had with my sister when I was driving back from the airport with her, and we were just chatting about Christmas traditions and what we did as kids. And you know, we left out cookies and milk for Santa, and we would leave out vegetables for the reindeer. And she mentioned, I don't know why, oh, it's not like they're real. And I was like, what do you mean? She was reindeer, they're not real. And so I got to tell my sister that reindeer are in fact real and not imaginary. And I'm never going to let her live this down. And so I really want to make this pillow just so that I remember that conversation every year, because it's hilarious to think that she thought that a reindeer was kind of like a unicorn in terms of it just being a mythical animal. I have been really wanting to make a plushie or a stuffed animal or something like that, but I'm always sitting there going, okay, what am I going to do with this? Because I don't like having stuffed animals on my bed, so what am I going to do with these after I'm done? I can't just send them all off to like the kids in my family. Decorations. And so this is from Chubby Cheeks, which I love the name. It's a Chubby Winter Animals crochet tutorial, and what I want to do is, instead of having my poison apples like I do for Halloween, I want to have my Chubby Winter Animals in a fruit basket, because I think that would be absolutely adorable, and that way I have an excuse to actually make stuffed animals. But if you do actually like to make that sort of stuff in crochet, what do you do with them? Because I want to make them, but I feel like it's not fair if I just start shipping them off to all the children of the family and then they just have an avalanche of stuffed animals, because that is exactly what would happen. So much of my 20s is just going back to hobbies and interests that I had as a kid and going, I'm going to give this a shot again. And I had a hardcore origami phase in elementary school. And so when I found this origami Christmas wreath, I was like, say no more. I will be there. I probably wouldn't put it outside because it's paper. Also, it's from Origami Library. But I probably wouldn't put it outside because weather. I mean, I'm in Southern California. It's not a lot of weather, but it's enough that I would not want to have it outside. But there's a lot of doors inside, and I think I could put a wreath on every door. I think that would be really fun. And because it's a wreath, I have the wrapping paper from Costco that's double-sided, so I kind of wonder what it would look like if I used double-sided wrapping paper to make the flowers. Possibilities. Ideas. They're endless. I mean, maybe I go terribly, but I think it'd be really fun. Well, I better go because I'm running out of time to actually make all of these. But if you end up making any of them or making any other decorations, please let me know, because obviously my queue of projects is not long enough. But seriously though, I would actually love to see it because it gets ideas brewing. So don't be a stranger, leave a comment, and I hope you have a fantastic holiday season, and goodbye until next time.